Hey, this is Sandy.
This is Reza.
Welcome back to the 42nd episode of the Stone Cold Sober podcast.
Yep, part two of our 2 or 3 week long break update.
Right. We just finished up listening to your update, Crazy Life update. Congratulations again.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
You're entering quite the new, I guess, new chapter of your life.
Yeah, it's it's super exciting. A lot of planning to do. It's like it's a major change to my life in a single moment.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Couldn't be happier for you.
Thank you. But I've really been looking forward to hearing your updates because unlike you, I haven't heard anything from what you've been up to. So.
Yeah.
Because I've told you, I've given you bits and pieces of what I've been doing, but I haven't really heard much about what's been going on with you. And from what I've heard, from what you've previewed at least, there's been a lot going on. So I'm super excited.
Yeah, so there's
to hear
some
about
good
this.
things. There's some good things. There's some not good things. Well, let's just make our way through them.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
So
Great.
I think the first thing we'll do is we'll talk about work.
Okay.
Work. There's two things I want to talk about work. One was sort of the fact that I got promoted.
Really?
Yeah, I got promoted recently.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you. It was a big deal.
Did you see it coming?
We've been talking about it, me and my bosses,
Mm-hmm.
and we were discussing some things. And then I think it went away for a little bit, and I stopped thinking about it. And then my bosses recently said, "Oh, it could be imminent, but I don't know what imminent means." So I was like, "Okay, whatever. Do you?" And then last Monday, they pulled me into a room at 5 o'clock, and I thought we were going to go over some designs. So, plugging in, just didn't even listen to her talk and started describing what we were doing. She goes, No. This is something else. I want to congratulate you right now. You've been promoted.
Nice.
I was like, oh, okay.
No beating around the bush on that one.
Oh, yeah, which I like about her. We're very direct with each other.
Yeah.
So I moved from an analyst to a senior analyst position, senior manager position.
Oh, yeah?
So
you can have people working underneath you now?
Yes and no. I think I'm still going to be working with other people / under other people because I'm still learning a lot. But let me give you some background. So there's these things called band levels at American Express.
Right.
I was a band 30, which is just the analyst role and senior analyst role. When you get to band 35, that's when you're a manager, senior manager.
Okay.
And they do that because it's like different stratas of income and access to bonuses.
Okay.
If you're a band 30, you don't get an access to bonus. But if you're a band 35, you're part of the pool.
Okay.
So that's a big deal. I'm now eligible for bonuses.
Sandy might be getting a bonus this year. Or is the bonus based only on promotion time?
Right. So
later.
It's promotion time prorated in a sense.
Okay.
Which makes sense. Because I've only it wouldn't make sense to give someone a full year bonus if they've only been in there for 3 months.
Yeah.
Which I get, but it's nice that I'm eligible, right? Something's better than nothing. 40% of whatever is better than 0% of nothing.
Yeah, definitely.
Right. So in effect, or in essence, I've jumped 3 levels from analyst. We jumped senior analyst, we jumped manager, and I jumped right to senior manager.
That's big.
Which is nice because there were people that I know that started at American Express before I did, that have been working their way to that point. And I've now quote unquote caught up, even though we're not in the same fields and we're not going after the same things, but it's just nice from a Amex title perspective.
Yeah.
That I'm either at your level or a little bit ahead. Even though I've only been working there, much less time.
That's fantastic.
But yeah, it was great. It was. So what did I do to celebrate? My boss took me out to dinner. One of the directors in the group. What I had done was, I got her a reservation to this really fancy restaurant in New York called Carbone.
Okay.
And she's been meaning to go forever. She's never gone. And so I got her and her husband a reservation. I was like, hey, because usually this place fills up so quickly. It's like one of those, you call a month ahead.
Okay.
And the only times that are available normally during the week are like 5 o'clock or 10 o'clock. And it's like, that's not going to work out.
Right.
But I found a 6:30. I was like, oh, okay, we could do that.
Did you find out on that week? That's for the same week?
I found it for the same week, but like a month ago.
Okay.
So it just so happened that it worked out perfectly.
Okay.
And then she was really excited when I told her, but her husband ended up getting out of town clients at the last second that he had entertained. So she goes to me, I would love for you to come. I go, like in my mind, I go, I appreciate it. Would love to, because she's stunning and gorgeous and just be great to have, good company at dinner. But I figured it'd be weird. Like, wouldn't you want to just go out with friends or something to dinner instead of a colleague type of thing?
Mm-hmm.
So I said, hey, why don't you invite some of your friends? I think you'll have a better time than dining with me. She goes, listen, I wouldn't have asked if I didn't want to eat with you. I go, okay, well, I'm not trying to say like I don't want to come. So let's just say I totally will. And I knew because every day she dresses really well.
Yeah.
I said, you're going to dress up regardless. And if we're going out to a nice restaurant, you're going to dress up even more. Let me dress up as well. Yeah. So I showed up in a suit, which was perfect because she showed up in a dress. And then after work, we went to dinner and it was great. We started off with a dozen oysters. And then we started off with a dozen oysters. We got spaghetti. And then we got veal marsala. And then we got this huge piece of tiramisu.
Nice.
She went to go to the bathroom. I mean, it was great. She was like, the way I keep describing this meal was great food, even better company.
Okay.
We got to know each other really well. We found out that we have similar family values. We were raised similarly. We have same outlooks on life. We talked a lot about my dating life, what I like, what I don't like. Since she's 28, I want to say, and she's been married for 5 years already.
Really?
Yeah. So we were just sort of discussing what I'm looking for, who she knows, stuff like that.
Yeah.
At one point, towards the dessert portion, she goes to the bathroom. I'm like, okay, go to the bathroom. That's fine. And then she's gone for like a second too long. I think to myself, she's paying, isn't she? Because in the text back and forth, when we were setting this up, she goes, oh, it'll be my treat. You've been working really hard. And I go, yeah, but don't do that. Because it's weird for people to pay for me.
Yeah.
I don't like people paying for me.
I hear you.
I mean, and this is going to sound super anti-feminist, super sexist, but I hate it when girls pay for me. I absolutely hate it when girls pay for me. Even though, like, this is not that thing,
Yeah.
I said to her, listen, at least let us split it. At least let me split it with you. She came back. She goes, the bill's been taken care of. And I go, oh, my God, why? Now we got to do this again, and I got to take you somewhere. Like, not in a chore kind of way, but in like we got to make things right.
Yeah.
Not like I owe you, but I kind of owe you. You know what I mean? The next day, I found out that dinner for the two of us was like $250.
Oh, wow.
And none of us drank. Because somebody asked, like, oh, how much was it? She goes, oh, it's about $250. I go, Jesus Christ.
Wow.
You gotta, yeah. So that was dinner. And then I want to tell you something really funny about this work event that we had at the same director's place.
Okay.
It was sort of like a get-together that we had. At her place, she lives like pretty close to me, and we, as a group, we went there. We all, like, her husband was gonna cook ribeyes for everybody. We brought desserts, side dishes, wine, and we were just drinking on a roof, and it was like a beautiful fall evening.
Mm-hmm.
And the group must have killed like 13 bottles of wine. There was 12 of us, and 3 of us weren't drinking that hard. So people are like drinking these really nice bottles of wine, and we're enjoying each other's company, and people are getting like more and more loose as the night goes on.
Yeah.
People are like, these 2 girls invited their boyfriends out, and what was interesting was one of the girls, she invited her boyfriend, and her boyfriend was already in bed because he had an interview in Charlotte that day, and he flew back. He was like super tired.
Wow.
And I think because of the drinking, she was like, oh, come out. Everyone wants to come out. And when he showed up, he was like not about it. Like, imagine, right? Like, you're asleep, you're tired, you're stressed out, you had a long day, and now you're meeting your girlfriend's coworkers.
Right.
Like, I don't, like, even I would be like, I don't give a shit. Now, some background. This dude is from the South. I think he comes from money. He's an investment banker. And like you said before, he's one of those guys where, well, you made a comment earlier. He's one of those guys where he has really strong views, and if you don't share his views, you're just wrong.
Okay.
So he showed up. He starts shaking everyone's hands. He's just like super pissed off. And then we start talking. We're like loosening up and everything. And then he starts making statements. Like, you know how Bill Burr goes, oh, if you don't agree with me, now all of a sudden I'm making statements? This guy was making statements right off the bat. He goes, women only marry men for their money.
Oh, okay.
It's like, oh, God. And then he looks to the host and, like, my director's husband and her, right? And he goes, wouldn't you agree? And he's like, no, I don't agree. Because they're, like, madly in love.
Yeah.
And they both make, like, good money. Like, she's not relying on him at all.
Yeah.
So it's like, why are you doing this to the host? Like, don't you understand the rules? You know? And then he started saying something like, men are appreciating assets and women are depreciating assets.
Jesus,
men will make...
Really? Are you kidding me?
Men will make more money over time. Women will get uglier over time. And I'm like...
Why is he saying this?
Exactly. It was... I think we were talking about dating in the city. And how there's just no... Like, he goes, you can't date in the city. There's no one here is worth your time. Why pay for the cow when the milk is free? Like, all this stuff. And what was interesting was the girlfriend, someone that I work with, was like, oh, he can be pretty confrontational.
Yeah.
And all that stuff. And then what I found out was, looking at how they interact with each other, she wasn't always just egging him on, but you could tell that she fed off of that energy. Like, say something crazy, I dare you. Good. Now you said something, now let me come back at you with something. It's kind of like it was beyond banter, right? Because banter's playful, but this shit's like, is this motherfucker serious right now?
Right.
Like, you're doing this in front of people you've never met before? I thought it was an aggressive play. I ain't gonna lie to you. And so, he just kept doing that, and I wanted to meet him because I was like, oh, I can get along. I can, quote unquote, I can play with everybody in a sense.
Right.
And it got to a point where it was just like, it just got boring. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're just saying these incendiary things, and it just ain't worth my time to consistently really just feel this. So I just kept looking up at this guy like, oh my God, this guy's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he kept saying, guys, like, finance guys and tech guys are different. He basically alluded to the fact that, like, tech guys are pussies, finance guys are, like, making real money, so they're real men. And we were saying, you realize you're at a tech event in a sense, right? Like, we all work in tech. And somebody had to call him out, like, you know, you're being one of those banker assholes right now. You're being like a banker douchebag. And I was like, know your fucking audience, dude. Like, I've got tons of friends in finance. Like, being an investment banker in New York does not make you special. You're a dime a dozen out here. And all of my friends are well-adjusted people.
Right.
All of my friends are going to take to a party like this, and they would totally have a lot of fun with everybody. And not feel the need to, like, call people out on what they do. Yeah.
He's literally pissing people off.
Right. Like, why would you do that to these people? And then at the end, what was crazy was the host, like, they're cleaning up the bottles of wine. Like, we're getting ready to go. It's around, like, 1 o'clock in the morning, I want to say.
Mm-hmm.
And then that guy and his girlfriend are drinking, and she's got a cup out, and the host goes, hey, do you want a nightcap? And in my mind, in most people's minds, when you ask someone if they want a nightcap, it's more of a, yeah, let me pour a little bit, and then, you know, it's like a to-go cup, right? To-go cups for you, Rez, are like things in New Orleans where you can, like, if you're drinking at a bar and you're not finished, but you want to just leave, they just pour into a plastic cup and bounce.
Right.
This guy, he hands the girl the bottle. This guy takes the bottle, looks at the label, goes, yeah, we'll take this, and just walks home with the bottle.
Are you kidding me?
The bottle was like 80% full. It was crazy, dude. We were all like, is this motherfucker serious? Is this real life right now? Totally was real life. It was unreal. So that was
That's insane.
quite the fun work event. I mean, overall, it was great. Food was great. Company was great. A lot of us are young and just talking about like dating, and it's just good to like unwind with people that you work
Hmm.
with all the time, and we're already really close. So it was really good. So that was the work update in a sense. The two things I want to talk to you about.
Yeah.
If we move on to dating, I think you'll appreciate it.
Okay.
So did I tell you about that girl that I met before you left?
That you met the.
Oh,
I know
that I
you were
went out
talking
with?
to. I know you were talking to a girl on Tinder or from Tinder.
Yeah. So
This
did
and
you
you
hear
went
about
on
the
a
two
date with
dates I
her.
went on?
I
Or
heard about the first date. I
you
don't
heard
think
about
I
the
heard about the
first date,
second date.
right? Did we talk about the first date on here?
Yeah, I believe we did.
Okay, so after the first date, we were we were just talking a lot, texting a lot, and that was on a Saturday.
Okay.
And then we were texting during the week, and I go, "Hey, like, let's meet up again on this weekend." She goes, "Great, I'm really busy on Saturday, but Sunday's really good." And I said to her, "Listen, this is what we're gonna do," because I remember her saying that she really liked oysters. We're gonna do oysters at the Mermaid Inn Sunday night, 7 p.m. Like
Okay.
super, like this is what we're doing. You're in, you're out. She goes, "Yeah, love that place. Let's go." And this is when the Chargers are playing the who were they playing last week? The Bengals, right?
Okay.
And like we're like in the third quarter, and I'm like watching. I'm like, I can still watch 2 more minutes. I can watch two more minutes. And then she texts me. She goes, "Hey, just saw that the Chargers on TV. Let me know if you wanna push." And I go, "No, no, no, no. I'm leaving right now. I'm leaving right now. Just text me the updates." So she kept texting me the updates, which was great. I show up to play. She's there a little early because the train took forever. And then we started off with like we got a dozen of oysters, and then she goes, "Do you want to order wine or do you want to get drinks?" And I've been trying to figure this out for the longest time. How do we tell people that I don't drink? Oh, did you see the interception return touchdown, by the way?
Picks it. I just messaged you and Scott.
Yeah, sorry. I just saw that on.
I was throwing my fists up. All right.
I heard saw Russell. I was like, did you see that? And I said, listen, I don't know how to order wine. And she goes, great, I don't either. Let's just get drinks. So I just got myself a gin drink or something.
Okay.
So we're eating these oysters. I give her another one. So it's like she eats 7, I eat 5. We order
Okay.
another one, and then I get the lobster roll, and then she gets crab cakes. So my thing comes with a ton of fries. She's like picking at my fries. It's like really good energy, right? She's wearing a green dress this time, so it's not like the same sort of crop top thing she was wearing last time.
Okay.
And it was great. We had great energy. We're laughing. We're talking about her running track, her playing sports. We talked about the Eagles. She goes, I want to watch the Giants and Cowboys tonight, but I'm wearing green, so I'm rooting for my Eagles. And it's good energy. It's great. We get some. I don't think we got dessert, because we were like the game had just started, so we decided to head over to a bar, which is
Okay.
again stuff that I was kind of out of my comfort zone. I don't go to bars on dates
Understandable.
because I don't drink. Like, what am I doing? It's just
All
a
right.
waste of my time. And we get there. It's kind of busy, but it's not. And this was when the Roger Federer and Djokovic match got pushed. It was supposed to be like a Sunday AM game, but it got rained out to the evening.
Right.
So we were watching that with the Giants game, and there's like the bar is kind of crowded, but not really. So there's like a good mix of people both watching the tennis and the Giants. So we grabbed 2 stools and we're sitting in front of these TVs, and so we're able to like engage with other people, engage with each other. I thought there was good energy between 2 of us, but I felt like I kind of lost control of the situation because now we're watching TVs together. It's like going to a movie, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you're focusing on the game, you're talking to other people, like we're still sitting next to each other. It's all well and good. And at one point, though, she threw me off because she's like spun around in her stool once. And I was like, what does this mean? Does this mean you're bored? Like, are you being playful? I don't get it. But I use that as a moment to like grab her leg, like her thigh, I, like
Okay.
squeeze it. It's like, I push her around again. She has great skin. It was just like a way to like break the that distance, closing on that distance.
Yeah.
And, we're watching the Federer match, and like it ends, and it's like 10:45. and the Cowboys game is about to start the fourth quarter, and I don't want to watch this game. I want to go home. And thankfully, she looks at her watch, and she goes, "Hey, it's 10:45. I think I got to get out of here. I got work in the morning." I was like, "Good, let's just get out of here." So as we're walking out of the bar onto the street, she goes, "All right, there's 3 ways I can get home. I can either take the downtown subway,
Okay.
I can call an Uber, or I can grab a cab." Now, in my mind, I'm running through these like really quickly. Like, well, you're not going to take the subway down because we're taking the same subway down. And I'm not going to like wait on the platform with you, ride the subway with you, and then like say goodbye because you're getting off early, right? Like, I'm not doing any of those things.
Right.
You're not going to call an Uber because if you call an Uber, then I got to wait for you. I'm still dancing. Like, what if the Uber takes 5 to 7 minutes to get there? You know, there's so many things that could happen. So I go, let me just call you a cab, and there's like a bunch of cabs flying down 2nd Avenue. So I hail one. I give her a hug. I give her a kiss, really briefly,
Okay.
and then she's great lips. And then she gets in the cab, and I'm walking away. Like, literally, as I turn the corner, I'm texting her. And I said, let me see when I texted her. I gotta pull this up. It's been a minute since
A couple weeks now, right?
Yeah. Where is it?
You texting her too much.
I go, "I had a fun time tonight!" Exclamation point. And she goes, "Same." 4 exclamation points. "Sorry, I got grandma tired. Ha ha ha." And I go, "So you owe me a real kiss next time? Seems fair." I thought I was being playful, but would you be surprised if I told you that was the last time we heard from her?
I would be.
I've been like workshopping this with a lot of girls, and people are like, "Oh, well, you're just being funny. It's cute. I get it." And then some people are like, "Yeah, but they don't know you like we know you, so it could have come off as like aggressive or rude, or you're saying that she doesn't kiss well, or."
I see.
So that's another camp. A third camp was, well, because we're all on Tinder and we're all dating, like maybe she just felt a better connection with other people, which is totally fair. I had a great time, and it's one of those things where rarely like I'm sort of gushing over somebody, like, "Oh my god, like what are these fucking things? Like I'm really interested in you. I'm having a lot of fun." Normally it's, I gotta go meet this new person. Like, I'm not feeling it tonight. I'm just trying to be home in front of the box, like just like relax. But she was funny. The greatest line I've heard a girl say is, "I don't like Netflix and chill. I'd much rather NFL and chill." And I go, "Jesus, wife it up. What do I gotta do to put a down payment on this relationship?"
Have you tried to message her since then?
So I sent her 2 texts. So that was the end of Sunday night. After the date, nothing. And then the next morning, go, "Good news, Des Bryant is going to be out next week, and the next few with broken bones in his foot." Still nothing. And then on Tuesday in the afternoon, go, "Sorry to hear about the loss last night. Jordan let that one pop out, and it was done. So how's your week going?" And I just haven't heard back from her.
Let's see.
That's all good, though.
That was last week, right?
That was last week, yeah. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? That's just sort of the world that we live in,
Yeah.
But I wanted to give you an update because I had a lot of fun, and it was good to sort of not get back on it, but to be out with someone different.
Right.
And sort of the shared interest thing, that was really cool. Just talked to us, like, it was crazy. I mean, maybe I focused too much on it, right? Because all we talked about was football. But we talked about like other things as well. I got to know about her interests, her travels, her family. But like we were meeting on Sunday, so like we were talking about salary cap issues that the Eagles might be having, and she brought that up, and I go, "Oh wow, you really know about all this stuff," which is great because then I can feel like when I talk about things, I'm not like just talking your ear off for no reason. Right. And it's too bad. I thought that we had good connection, but what are you gonna do?
I hear you.
What else did I want to say? So yeah, that's really been about it. I matched up with this girl on Bumble this morning. Bumble's just another one of these apps, right? This is crazy. But what's interesting about this one, and in Bumble, I know you're not on Bumble, but the girl has
not on any of these things.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why I said that. The girl has the message first, so you connect.
Oh, really?
The girl has the message first. And her name is Jenny. She's 33, and she's an interior designer. She looks really cute. I was like, oh,
Actually, I have a quick question. Sorry to interrupt.
yeah,
On Tinder, it's anyone can message first, right?
yeah,
Does the guy message first like 99% of the time?
yeah.
That's kind of interesting because I only know guys that use Tinder, so I only hear of it from their perspective. But the guys that I do know that use it have never mentioned a girl starting the conversation, and that's why it just hit me now that I've never heard of the girl starting a conversation on
I've
Tinder.
had 3 girls start conversations, and the reason why I know the number is because each of them are hilarious. And this girl was one of them. She said something about my profile, and we just clicked. Like, if you're funny, dude, comma, dude, then it's over. If you're not,
Yeah,
if you're a funny dude, it's over. um, yeah. So girls that are funny are my kryptonite for sure.
yeah, yeah. Okay, sorry for interrupting.
No, it's all good. It's all good. So we'll see. We'll see.
Okay.
Yeah, that's that. And then there's his wedding. So Ashley's wedding is coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Jenny and I have been I caught up with her again, and we went suit shopping for me. So what happened was I found a suit on Suit Supply. It was like a blue and it was like a navy blue and like brown checkered suit. And I
Okay.
thought it looked really good online, so I just bought it. And the good news is I can return it for I can just return it, no problem, no hassle,
Right.
if I don't get it altered. And the way these people do it is you order a suit, and because they know my size and I always work with the same guy, he goes, yeah, let me just order it in the jacket size that we've always done because you haven't got any bigger or smaller, and then we'll just alter from there. So I go with Jenny, and we were going to grab dinner and catch up, and Jenny just loves, her line is, I love spending other people's money. Because I just need her eye on these things since we're going together.
Right.
And it's a beautiful suit regardless. We look at the suit, I'm like, the suit looks kind of whack. It looks like there's just mud all over it. It wasn't like it was like there was a pattern to it, but the brown was such a weird color that it looked like it was faded. So nah, dude, we gotta get a new suit. So we went downstairs and we walked around, we looked around, and we both pointed out this new brown checkered suit. Like a actual brown suit, sort of like a tweed.
Mm-hmm.
And we were like, dude, this is gonna look good. So we picked it out. Luckily, they had it in my jacket size. I come out and she goes, "Wow, you look great." And I go, "I feel great. This is a winning suit." So the guy comes over and helps me. His name's Donnie Luando at Suit Supply in Soho. Shout out to Suit Supply in Soho. Shout out to Donnie.
I love that you know his last name.
Wait, I have his cell phone number, dude.
Really?
I text him when I'm coming in. Make sure he's there.
Wow.
Yeah, he works Wednesdays to Sundays. He
Jesus.
doesn't work Monday, Tuesday. He offered to come in when the suit came. He goes, "Yeah, it's my day off, but I'll come in for you." I go, No. Don't have to do that. We got time.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't gonna make you work on your day off. It's the weekend, And he goes, "Dude, that suit looks so good. All we had to do was shorten the pants by 1.5 inches. Last time, the suit that I got, the alterations cost $100. Just because I want all these things on it, whatever. This time, alterations cost $18.
Yeah.
And I was like, listen, I need to get a tie for this suit. And he picked out a tie. And I was like, Jenny, you picked the color tie. And she picked the right color. It was great. It's this rust/burnt orange with white polka dots on it.
Okay.
Tiny polka dots, not it's a really nice tie.
Yeah.
And then so I go back a few days later, and I'm putting the suit on. I was like, oh, this looks great. And this other guy's there. And he goes, you know what, dude? You look awesome in that suit. You know what's going to make you look even better? I go, tell me what's going to make me look better. He goes, if you wear suspenders with that suit. And he goes, let me tell you why. Because I got these, usually, my suits, I don't cuff them at the bottom. They're straight pants. They fall away, right? From my business suits. Because cuff suits, they're too old school. They're very, you're very square. But depending on the industry, you might need to have cuffed pants, If you're in finance, you're in a more conservative place, you should probably cuff your pants a little bit and have a break. So you know what a break is, right? The break is when it sits on top of your shoes a little bit. How it sort of not wrinkles, but it falls on itself a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you should probably have a tiny bit of a break, but if you're able to get away with it, you can. I like my suits with no break. So it sits right above the shoe. So you can see a little bit of sock.
Okay.
Because, like, I like to wear fun socks, right?
Yeah.
That's my jam. So I was wearing it, and like I cuffed this suit because it's like a more vintage, nostalgic, like think Boardwalk Empire type suit, right? Like the cut is very slim, but the texture and the color is like, all right, why don't we cuff this one, because that's what these suits look like. They look better cuffed. But they were sitting on my pants too much with my belt on. He goes, what you got to do is you got to wear he called them braces or suspenders. If you
Okay.
wear those, then they hold themselves up so the pants will sit above your waist, below your belly button, a little bit higher, but not like Urkel high,
Hmm.
So I was like, all right, fuck it, let's do it. How much is that going to cost? Like, oh, it's free, dude. Getting brace buttons or suspender buttons sewn into your pants are free. And the reason why that's
Oh,
important is if I'm gonna wear suspenders, I'm gonna wear ones with the buttons. You don't want to wear ones with the clamps or the
okay.
teeth, because those metal teeth are really sharp, right?
Right.
If you pull wrong, you can rip your pants,
Yeah.
and that's just like they're donezo at that point, because then that's really hard to like fix.
Right.
But if you wear buttons, then it looks classier. It looks a ton classier. You never wear a belt with suspenders unless you're like working construction, but those are separate type of suspenders. So for all the listeners out there, please don't ever wear belts with suspenders. So I bought a pair of suspenders, and he also sold me on this thing, which is really funny. He goes, "Dude, I see your shirt's blousing a little bit." I go, "Yeah, it fucking sucks. Like, I got to keep tucking in my shirt all day, right?"
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a fat kid problem. If I'm just like, because like skinny people don't, I don't feel like skinny people have like blousing problems on their shirts. Whatever. So he goes, dude, look at me. So he raises his arms above his head, and his shirt doesn't move. I go,
Really?
what is this magic? What are you doing right now? He goes, I got these things to call shirt stays. And what I found out was, like in those movies, like when those old people like connect their shirt to their socks,
Hmm.
that's what a shirt stay is. So
Really?
it's sort of like an elastic thing. It's like suspenders in a
Jeez.
sense, right? But you
Yeah.
clasp it to like there's two prongs or two heads that clasp to your shirt, and you put them on the side, and then one clasp to your sock. So I bought a pair, just to be like, oh fuck it, it's fun, Let's see what
Yeah.
happens. And I put them on, and I tested out at work with like a really heavy shirt. All day, my shirt was super tucked, and I would be
That's
moving
awesome.
around, like raising my hands above my head throughout the day, and it
Yeah.
just never moved at all.
Interesting.
And I wore it to the party, the work function party that we had at my director's place. At one
Yeah.
point, I had to go to the bathroom because one of the clamps fell off. It
Okay.
came undone, but like the other one was still good. It just
Yeah.
felt weird because I'm like feeling this thing against my leg. I was like,
Yeah.
let me just
Yeah.
fix that real quick. So I wore those under jeans, and you couldn't see them at all.
Hmm.
So I'm gonna potentially wear that with suspenders to this wedding, just cause I get that full like well tucked look.
Yeah.
And I've got the shoes ready. I got socks. I'm good to go. And with the promotion, I treated myself to 3 dress shirts, which is really like an adult thing to do, right? Like,
Yeah.
we're celebrating. What are you doing? Oh, I got shirts for my suits that I don't wear to work. I bought 3 new shirts. So, one of them's white, one of them's blue, and one's like like a white and red checkered, shirt. I just figured like
Hmm.
suit shirts are some not to mess with.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at it right now, and I also bought a vest yesterday. This is single life, Reza. This is single life.
You bought a lot of clothes. Yeah.
Yeah, because I haven't bought clothes in forever, but it's fall. I got to start making that change. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
went to J Crew, and J Crew was having a sale on like outerwear, which is crazy because it's fall, and you think that they want to do that. So I got
Hmm.
like one of those like nice vests, like quilted vests, like the wool vest type of thing. Um, and it was $140, but they were doing 25% off. And on top of that, Amex was running this deal where, because they want people to like come into the store because it's right below our office in the mall. I'll
Yeah.
show you when you come here for Bill Burr. You get $20 off any purchase over $100 if you show them your like employee ID. So I was like, well, first of all, I was expecting to pay like $120 for this thing, right? Because it's
Yeah.
140, but then $20 off of that. It turns out that, oh shit, like this vest counts as outerwear. So when you took the 25% off, it came down to $103. She goes, oh, perfect. You get
Okay.
another 20 off of that. I bought a $140 vest for $80.
Nice.
It's like, this shit's almost 50% off? That's crazy. I wore it around yesterday when I was out with a friend. We got brunch and we walked around and like we got dinner later, but I look good in this vest. And then she like, cause when we met up, it was kind of warm. It was like around noon. The sun was beating down, so it's like, all right, it's chilly, but in the sun it's nice.
Yeah.
So I was sweating a little bit in the vest, but because we ended up hanging out from like 12 to like 9. So at the end, she was like shivering. I go, here, let me just give you my vest. She goes, great, thanks. Because I don't mind it being colder. It just means I sweat less.
Right.
So that was perfect. So I'm kitted out. I've been paying my credit card bills. I'm not happy with what I'm seeing, but I'm slowing the fuck down. But did I tell you I got another credit card? The Amazon card?
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I got another Amazon credit card. Oh, no, I got another credit card in general. I just finished getting this Amex Hilton card because I like staying at the Hampton Inn. Hampton's Inn. Is it Hampton's Inn?
No, Hampton.
Hampton, right?
Yeah.
What's great is they always give you free Wi-Fi and free continental breakfast. So I figured if we ever do like road trips or something, that'd be a great place to like crash and not spend too much money.
Yeah.
And so so I got some points for that. I needed to spend $750 over the course of 3 months to get 60,000 bonus points. And I was like, dude, I could do that in a month. Watch me. I bought the suit, right? The suit basically got close to that. And I spent it on some other stuff. So I pay that off, and I'm not using that card ever again, basically.
Okay.
Like, I just want to get the points that bounce. It's a no-fee card, so that's all well and good. I'll just, like, throw, like, random charges on it every once in a while.
Right.
I got the Amazon card because so I use OpenTable a lot to book restaurant reservations. I don't know if you do.
Okay. No, I know that you have. I remember back in the day, or when I came to visit you last time, I remember that you did it, but I've never used it before.
So I use it because so they have a point system, right? Like standard reservation is 100 points.
Mm-hmm.
And every, like, they have these things where, like, at least for me, I didn't realize how close I was to 10,000 points. 10,000 points either gets you a $100 dining certificate to restaurants that use it or a $50 Amazon credit. I was like, fuck it, let me just use Amazon. So not only did I get the $50, but then I got a $70 gift card for opening up a credit card. That's like a no-fee thing. And I know with Chase Freedom right now, you get 5% back if you on Amazon through Q4.
Yeah.
But now through Q1 through Q3, if I ever need to make a purchase, I'll just use the 3% cashback Amazon card. Right. So like I'm getting some back from it. But I'm thinking about getting a Hyatt, like a Visa Hyatt card, because I like staying at the Park Hyatt. Like if I'm traveling somewhere nice and I'm staying in a really nice hotel, then I might just get the Hyatt points for that. We'll see.
Okay.
But yeah, that's sort of the update for me. That's some single life nonsense for you.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. Again, just to let people know, I know that you'll be going to LA soon for a wedding.
Yeah,
well,
San Diego.
San Diego, I'm sorry.
It's actually below. It's actually in Mexico, but I'll be flying out to San Diego.
Right. We'll be we're definitely looking to get onto iTunes soon. For those of you who like to listen either in the car, working out, or at work but don't have access to YouTube, so we'll be getting on that. We'll be doing these pretty regularly again. We just took a week off. But it's good to be back, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
It's nice to do these things.
It'll be good to do them and upload them that same day as well. Just be on the same week schedule when this goes up, because because we've been delayed for so long. We set up a nice little backlog of these, but from now on, or at least for maybe until around my birthday, maybe for the next month, we'll be on a kind of a live schedule where we'll record that same week, and probably even beyond. We can just record over the week, if we need to. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So I think that's it for this week. It was a pretty massive update. I think we should give people their lives back. But thanks so much for listening. I'm Sandy.
I'm Reza.
We'll see you next week. Take care.